5 of the easiest skate tricks you can learn right now, even if you've never skated before. Alright, I'm here with my accomplice Nick. We're going to be teaching you tricks that you can learn today, even if you've never skateboarded.
So I'm going to teach you 3 different ways to drop into a bowl. This is what most people would call a medium-sized bowl right here with small coping, but we could go over to a small bowl. You could do these on a big bowl, a small bowl, whatever you wish. Alright, so the first way that you can drop in is, of course, the old-fashioned. It's the way that you're definitely going to want out of all the different types that I can show you, because then you can tell your friends that you know how to drop in. You're a dropper-inner, and it goes like this. Most people, by the way, the number one tip that I have as far as this goes, most people lean back. Some of them, I saw a girl from Juan Diego High School in her schoolgirl skirt and everything, try to drop in once, smack her head on the side of the concrete here. I saw that in real life. So if anything, lean a bit too forward when you're getting used to this. The old-fashioned baby. So with the old-fashioned, the one that everybody wants to know, the biggest problem that you're gonna have, most people will, even if they think that they're leaning forward enough, they'll slip back. And you wanna really make sure to guard your head if that happens, if you're trying for your first couple of times experiencing this. I would even take it a step further to say, put your front foot on the bolts here for the first couple of times you get used to it, because you really want to lean. If anything, you want to fall forward.
Yeah, so hold on. So this foot should be imaginarily going straight down. This is where all the weight is gonna be. The weight is gonna be straight there. Now go.
So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give you the commentary that runs through my head secretly when I come into a skate park. Of course I come through the cool way, like a rebel in the broken fence. And then let's imagine a day when it's not so hot and there's plenty of people around. A big audience for me. So what I would do when the coast is clear and all eyes are on me, I would skate up to the bowl very nonchalantly like this. That a little 5-0 drop-in. That's what I would call that. But did you see how nonchalant that guy was about just dropping in that unique type of way? And you know, in my mind, I know I'm pretty happy because I know that people are thinking that of me. Alright, this next trick is called the caveman drop. And why we're going to call it the caveman drop is because it's pretty primitive. You have a whole beautiful skate park that's created for you here to get into, but you're such a dumb caveman that you're going to do this instead. You're going to use this corner right here as an obstacle and do the caveman drop.
Alright, I'm going to jump in on the commentary. So when you're doing a caveman drop and you're holding your board, people are going to get confused, like, where are you going to put your feet? Before you jump, you want to grab the tip of your nose, and you're going to understand the weight of the board is the trucks are going to carry it down. So you want to use your top foot, your main foot, as a target to try and land on the bolts. So coordinate it. As the board's going to drop, keep your eye on the front bolts and land it.
And ideally, when you get more comfortable with doing it, you'll want to go for the vibe of pulling the board up to your feet. So instead of just jumping down to it, in a sense, you feel like you're pulling it up to your feet.
What's something you want to watch out for if you're just new to the caveman lifestyle?
If you're new to the caveman lifestyle, you're going to want to watch out for other people who are better at cavemans than you, because they might do something like this.
You don't want to get served like that.
They might actually do that right after you did your caveman on the flat ground. They might go and do that, stare right at you, and there's a gaggle of women sitting.
Start out with a caveman, but if you ever want to add some variants, you can add in flips, or you can hit the rail like this.
I'll just walk up like this, like I'm taking a breather. And then all of a sudden I turn around.
And then when Nick thinks he can just bust out a caveman, I randomly go, caveman flip! Now I am the one who's more likely to get a wife because I flipped.
But if there was women here, I would have done this to show how socially aware I am.
But the women are going to see this vlog. There's going to be a girl that sees this video, and if you don't land this caveman right here, all odds are down, so here's your last chance. I pride myself on tail drops. It's like, I pride myself on them. I don't know how else to put it, so let me show you how to do it. Now, obviously, you're gonna put your tail on there. All your weight's gonna hold the board in place like this. Then you're gonna put your feet, so you're like this. Now it's gonna feel like this foot is gently gliding on there. It's not even putting any weight down. You can, look at that, it's just there. What I like to do is I push down until there. You'll feel this sweet spot. See that? Right there.
I see it.
There, that's the sweet spot. Sweet spot. Now once you reach the sweet spot, you're gonna push your weight out, pop out. And it has to be a pop. No more of this gentle tap slide stuff. It's gotta pop. So, you go sweet spot. You feel like the board's gonna go loose any second, like a rattlesnake getting loose in the Antarctic. But no, then you'll have enough, look at this, get in close. You see this? You see this right here? This gap? That's where the pop come from. That's where gaps come from, like little babies.
It's
so
like
when you pop it up,
thigh gap of women that you see on Instagram.
Now when it pops back up, you'll slide your foot. So watch this. Slide, it's all about the slide. Down, pop and slide. Down, pop and slide.
Down, pop a slide.
Down. Now practice it. It has to have that pop. You want to learn it with the pop to stand out, because then you can do stuff like this. You think I'm just sitting on a bench? Nope, I'm gonna bust out. Because what you learned in my YouTube videos. Tail drop, and then big spin. Now we're going to a whole new realm. You're not ready for that. We'll save that for next time. All right, this last trick is advanced, but we decided to throw it in there. This is how to show somebody up. Now, in order to show somebody up, they're gonna go do a trick like this. Say, I'm gonna go do, dang it.
Well, what was that?
Now for a good snake, you want to land the trick that they're trying to do, and you want to add extra emphasis when you land. When you land, you want to have swag and suave.
I would just call that showing somebody up. You said snake.
Oh, you're right.
I mean snaking, you know what snake is.
Correcting. That is showing someone up.
Yeah, if you want to, don't show people up. I never show people up. Even if they're a jerk to me and tried to show me up, I refrain from showing people up.
I'm always going to try and show someone up. That's my mission in life, is to just show people up at the skate park that I don't know, to compensate for my shortcomings in life. This is for somebody who's like never touched a skateboard before. Easy to do. Let's get this one out of the way. So obviously, you're going to flip your board upside down, and you're going to keep your toes under each of the wheels. So what you want to do is, once your feet are under the board like this, you're going to jump about 3 inches forward to meet the board, because when the board flips, now the board is up here now instead of straight up. So if you jump straight up, you're going to miss it. Imagine, so actually when you see the board, imagine right here in front of the board, that's where your feet are going to be. So you're going to jump up and over, and the pressure from your feet will cause the board to flip. Let's get a commentary from Nick, shall we?
So I remember learning this trick when I was 7 years old. And back in my day, we admired the professional skateboarder, and he did something of this nature. This would be called a Casper stance. Look down on my stance. So for some reason, we just thought it was cooler to put the back foot on top like this, but it's the same idea.
That's a little flair in the style. So if you want to do it the way I did, you kind of look like a beginner. But if you just want to switch up your feet, listen to Nick for the swag. If you want to go to the party, have the bonus points, I'd recommend his foot position.
And as I said, this is the Casper positioning. So after you do this in the backyard at that party, you land it like this.
Yeah.
Well, if you felt like that at the party, you could just get up and be like, hey, you can't win them all.
If you want to add the flair like Nick did, you're going to put one foot on the bottom about 3 inches behind the truck, and you're going to put the other foot on the tail. And now when you're ready to jump, you're going to have this foot take all the energy and let this foot fly up, but you're going to do the same thing where you got to jump forward and just Looks a little more stylish, same trick, just with an extra spice on it, with a little bit of dill, maybe a little bit of parsley, maybe a little sassafras.
Maybe a little bit of chicken and grits.
Now here's a trick that actually might impress people if you just barely picked up a skateboard and you're like, hey, I can do a skate trick, and they're like, yeah, whatever.
This is called a pop shove it.
Now shove it is this, where you're just making the board do a complete 180. So all your weight is gonna be on this back foot, and the best way to practice this is literally just use one foot and practice going like that over and over. That's a general motion to shove it, because you're never gonna really use your front foot. So as you're gonna go, you're gonna kick your back foot like a little C. Little C, like that. Little C, it's a C shape. You see that? It's a hook. So you're standing on your board.
A little C cup of your soul.
You're gonna push down and do the C shape while you jump straight up. Keyword, jump straight up, because if you keep your board under you, don't jump forward, jump backwards. Imagine you have strings on your shoulders and literally just jump straight up and shove it. Now here's some spice with a tail shove it. Spice went out of business.
Sometimes when I start to get real tan, I will actually skate around with a small H&M umbrella. Well, I think we're gonna go congratulate ourselves with an ice cold Coke or something. All right, thank you for watching. Please subscribe and have a blessed day.